Okay. In previous session, we discussed about cycle counting, right? In same thing in cycle counting only, what we discussed based on ABC analysis, we performed. That means we counted the items as part of cycle counting. So let's see now some new functionality recently Oracle added in cycle counting. That is based on category also we can do the cycle counting. That means whatever we discussed as of now, that is based on ABC classes, right? So based in what we done ABC classes, if you see here slide, so first we defined, we segregated our data as a what are the fall under A class items, B class items, and C class items, right? So once you define all your ABC classes, so you are going to segregating, dividing your item as A class items, B class items, C class items. So that means before starting cycle counting, you must define your ABC related all the setups, ABC classes related all the setups you have to complete. If you see as part of cycle counting setups, yes, during the cycle counting process, you are going to selecting your ABC. If you are going with ABC class, you are counting the items by using ABC class, you have to choose your sub inventory. Then you will choose whatever ABC assignment group is there, so that system will automatically pull the your items information from ABC group to your cycle counting. But again, you will get three options. One is none. If you go with none, if you want, let me show you once. Let me connect application. Whatever. 1 second. Please go on mute. So let me connect application. Supply chain execution, inventory. Let me define one cycle counting. This all we discussed in a previous session. Just we'll go through what we done before going to new functionality. For example, create cycle counting. So we'll enter some item and what is the sub inventory are going to count. So here you will choose your ABC group, right? So that is what I displayed here. You will choose your ABC group. Then depends on your choice, how you want to synchronize, how you want to transfer your items from your ABC group to cycle counting depends on this one, synchronization process, right? So basically, if you go with none means system is not going to pull any items in your cycle counting. We have to add manually. That is one case. If you select complete means whatever the items are there in this group, all those items will get added to your cycle counting, so that you can start your cycle counting. Or else we are having one more option, append. Generally what it means append. For example, now I used complete. Now I scheduled maybe A class items, some items every day, some items weekly once. Few of the items maybe quarterly once I scheduled. So my process is running on. Maybe after some days, maybe I done some changes. Maybe I added new items. Maybe I want to delete some existing items. If I do any changes, my ABC assignment, what will happen to my cycle counting? Why? Because my cycle counting also referencing same group, right? So whether you want to append those changes, if you want to import from your ABC, you will go for append changes, append changes. So that means whatever, if you want to add another item to your inventory, or maybe one of the item you want to delete from this cycle counting, so those items need to be added or maybe removed from your cycle counting. In that case, if you go with append changes, whatever changes happened in this group, all those changes, if you select synchronization, those changes will get effect into your cycle counting. And then what is the delete additional information? Additional. Suppose if any item I deleted here, until you select this checkbox, system won't delete those items from cycle counting. If you want delete unnecessary any items, if you don't want count, yes, you can delete using these options. So these are the options you will choose while selecting the assignment group. Then you will define based on your uh, requirement. We can define how many days schedule we will define, and approvals also complete option we will define. Then we will define our parameters, cycle counting parameters. Then finally you can see, once you add, you can see what are the items are there. Maybe during this point of time you can exclude some of the items from your cycle counting, or maybe manually also you can add. So finally you will review your cycle counting. So once you submit your cycle counting, then we will remaining process is same. We will generate one program to generate the schedules, and one more job we will run to generate the sequences. Then your warehouse operator, he will count the results and will import those results into Fusion application, I mean into application. Then we will, depends on discrepancy, once you approve, if any discrepancy is there, system will automatically create adjustment transactions. This is what we've seen as of now, right? As part of ABC part. This is similar to EVS only, but in Fusion application, again in 20A or maybe 20B, I think 20B only, recently Oracle added one more functionality for cycle counting. Based on category, in categories, we can do the cycle counting. That means now if you want to do the cycle counting, so you have to, first of all, you have to pick items, right? So how you will select the items is, now you are having options. Based on ABC class, we can pull the items, or maybe based on your PIM category. PIM category nothing but a, if you remember, whenever you are creating the items, we are going to associating them uh, categories to the item, right? Those are nothing but your PIN categories. Based on that category also you can do. For example, when you will go generally, for example, if any customer use different types of customers are there selling. For example, if you see Decathlon, so they will sell all sports related, right? Or maybe if you go um, uh, any some other shopping malls, so they will sell some of the warehouse. I mean, organization, they will sell electronics. Under this electronics, maybe they will sell TVs, or maybe a uh, tabs, or maybe whatever, maybe you can name it, or maybe they will sell sports goods, like for example Decathlon. If you go to Decathlon, different category items are there, right? So now I don't want to go with based on price, or maybe based on volume, I don't, or maybe based on on-hand quantity, I don't want to count. Maybe I want to count for better control based on category. For example, all badminton bats I want to count. So maybe one category I defined, all type of badminton bats, or maybe sports kits I will count maybe every day, or maybe electronics. Under electronics also, maybe all TVs, whatever may be the company, TV manufacturer company. So I want to count maybe weekly once I want to count. Something like that, based on category, right? So if you want to count, so that you can use this PIN category. By using this PIN category, we can start our cycle counting instead of using ABC classes for better visual, better I mean counting process also you can see. So here, if you see how it will start is, during the cycle counting, instead of ABC classes, you have to choose, you are having one option, checkbox, whether you are using categories or not. If you select this category checkbox, automatically ABC class options will get disabled. Complete this train, right? Which is, we will call it as a train. This complete train will get changed. Instead of ABC group, it will ask you item related information. So where you will configure that is, here you can see enable cycle counting by item category. If you select this one, this you won't get these options, and corresponding subsequent options also will change. So once you define this one, you have to choose whether you are, if you choose ABC class, we are following with ABC class. If you choose item category, we are counting the items, cycle counting we are going to start based on PIN category. You will choose your sub inventory. After that, once you can define your schedules. Just now I discussed, right? Maybe some items, some categories I will schedule weekly ones. Some categories maybe I will schedule like electronics. Under electronics, maybe TVs weekly ones, or maybe mobiles, maybe daily ones I will count. Just example, okay? So like that, whatever maybe depends on requirement, you can define your schedules, and optionally you can define your approvals also. Once you define, as it is, whatever parameters you selected, say same parameters you can select. Finally it will ask you from which category you want to schedule, what are the categories you want to you are going to planning for counting. So you have to enter, system will pull all type of categories It depends on your requirement. In this cycle counting process, whatever uh, uh, category items you are counting, you are going to selecting your item category. So once you select your item category, whatever items are associated with that category, automatically system will put all those items. If you don't want count, if you don't want to include any items from that list in your cycle counting while doing the scheduling, yes, we can include or maybe we can exclude those items also at this place. And finally, once you submit, we can review our cycle counting before submitting. Once you submit, remaining process is same. You have to run one job to schedule the cycle counting. You have to run one more job to generate the sequences. Then we will record the then we will record the then we will record the whatever may be counting results. Then we will post the results so that accordingly system will do the adjustment transaction. That part is common in both cases. Once you submit the cycle counting, only changes where you can see is while defining the cycle counting, how you want to count, how you want to pull the items into cycle counting based on ABC groups, ABC class groups, or maybe based on field category. Here, let me show you how it will work. Let me cancel. Again, this is a opt-in feature. We if you let me show you whether it's a opt-in feature. If you don't want, if it's an optional feature, we can disable also. If suppose in my organization I'm not allowing, I don't want count, always I'm using ABC analysis only. In that case, you can disable this feature. But when you can disable that feature, has to be optional feature. The cycle must have, they provide you option enable and disable. We will see where you will do that one. Let's see. Let me create one cycle count. Create cycle count. Maybe category cycle count. The checkbox is going to controlling you whether you are using ABC or not. If you select this checkbox, enable cycle count by item category, ABC classes related information will get disabled. And also your train stop also, here you can see defining item. Some of the changes you can see on train stop also. Anyway, so let me choose. Select the checkbox called enable cycle count by item category. Maybe I am counting now stores. I am including stores. Click on next. So define the schedule. All these things we discussed. Maybe if you want in detail all these fields, you can refer cycle counting. What is this? ABC group. Let me schedule. Frequency depends on your requirement. You can choose. I will go with daily. What is the schedule? Nothing but a calendar. So that system will generate the schedules for your cycle counting. The next schedule, maybe I will give today's date. Approvals required or not, that is depends on you. Okay, whether always, if you don't want any approvals, the adjustments, then don't select this one. If you want to take approvals, go with approval required, and again you will get two options. You want to take always, or maybe if you see some tolerances, right? So we know, right, all these things. I am not going to select anything. I'm not going to take any approvals. So maximum days before counts, start date, all these things depends on your requirement. You can choose. We already knows these things. Click on next. Let me go back. Let me include zero quantities also. Click on next. So these are the categories. As we selected, all the categories are coming. But which category I have to choose? Hope you remember. So while creating the item, let me connect to item. So these are your categories. Let's see what is the category we associate for items. Let me open any one item. Or maybe let me create one item quickly. Or maybe let's see, but no need to create. Open existing item. You can pick any one item. Just to see, I think for inventory, for purchasing, category is miscellaneous. Miscellaneous category is there. INV category is there. Let's see. Sorry. Let me show you. Browse category. If you open any one item, you can see some PIM categories associated to item, right? So this is the image for that item. If you come down, sorry, go to categories, you can see INV, mini, INV, miscellaneous. These are the categories. Let me pull whatever may be miscellaneous I want to count now. Just example, okay? So you can enter your category here. Click on that. So now I selected this one. Now you are having list of values. If you want to exclude that particular category, you can use exclude button. If you want to include, you can use include button. So now what I have to do, I'm going to count these category items in this cycle counting. So let me include. Once you include, so here you will get options. Hope you remember, just now today we discussed, right? Same options. If you go with none, system is not going to pull the items from this category automatically. You have to assign manually. If I want to pull the items automatically from my category to cycle counting, then go with complete. So when you will use this one append, we discussed, right? So whenever any changes happen to this category, maybe I added one more category, one more item I included in this category, or maybe I removed existing items. So if you want to synchronize and delete those items from this cycle counting accordingly based on your changes, you can go with maybe on runtime. Now I am using, now initially I will upload all the items. Maybe after 1 month, maybe or maybe 6 months, maybe some new items I added to this category, or maybe some of the items I deleted from this category. In that case, I can modify this cycle counting by opening this cycle counting instead of pulling complete. Now this time I can do only pull, only changes only by selecting these two checkboxes. Okay, let me go with complete. Just I am pulling all the items first time. Click on next. Sorry, save. Once you save, then only this next button will appear. Click on next. So these are the items. How many days you want to count? Something just I will enter. Okay, per year. And see, these are the items system pulled automatically. If you want, just refer this item whether really this is miscellaneous item or not. You can go and refer. Let's see. We cannot review all these items, right? We will review one item. Let's see whether really it's. Okay. First, let me complete. Then we will. First, let do this one. These are the items. Again, you will get an option. Suppose maybe I don't want to count this item. I don't want to include my scheduling. Yes, you can, what is this? Exclude these items. Exclude this item also from your scheduling. You can exclude by selecting that item, particular item, and you can use exclude. So these are the options we know. Just leave it. Same options as ABC. You can refer that video. Click on next. Finally, you can review before submitting whatever you configured. Save and submit. So this is what we created. From here, remaining process is same. So what we have to do? Go to actions. First, you have to generate your schedules. Generate count schedules. Again, this is a concurrent program. Backend system will run. Just wait. Or else, let's see. Yes, from here I will explain you only high level because we already done how to do this one. You can refer previous cycle counting video. This process is same. Only while defining the cycle counting, you can see two options, either by ABC class or maybe a, what is this, item category. Let it be complete this program. And still not completed. Now if you refresh this one, let's see, start with 20. Schedule got generated. Let me generate count sequence. So again, backend program. So this count sequence, again we will run one more program, print a count sequence program, that is a BI publisher report, so that it will print. You can take print out, depends on your requirement, whatever the format. We will hand over to warehouse operator. So he will go to each, whatever may be items displayed in that cycle counting output, output. He will count and he will enter manually what is his count results, and he will submit the results on that paper. That means what will happen? My on-hand quantity is there, actual on-hand quantity is there in my system. My counted on-hand quantity is there in my paper. So we have to load those information into application. Then only, right, we can compare, system will compare your system on-hand quantity with counted quantity, counted results. So let's assume already done that process. Now here, record your count sequence. If you go there, all the items are available here. Maybe he counted this item having 100 items. Remaining, let's assume just I will enter. No need to discuss. We know. So just let me submit. That's all. So what the system will do for this item? What is the current on-hand quantity? It will compare with your cycle counting quantity 100. If both are 100, then no system won't create any adjustments. If it's any discrepancy is there, then finally you can approve. If any discrepancy is there, system will automatically create your adjustment transactions, whether it's a negative or maybe positive adjustment transactions, right? This is the common process. This is how you can use what is item category wise. You can use cycle counting. That is purely depends on organization to organization which process they will follow, either ABC process or maybe category process. How you want to pull the items based on your ABC classes, ABC class groups, or maybe based on PIM category you want to pull the item. You want to include the items in your cycle counting process. Let me show you where you will opt in this feature. First, let me see that this is a optional feature or mandatory feature. If you want to see features, go to setup and maintenance. Go to manufacturing. Each and every offering, you can find out whether that feature is optional or mandatory. If it's a mandatory, you cannot disable. We have to use. If it's optional, depends on your requirement. Suppose if I'm not using that feature, yes, you can disable also. First, let me see. Choose how to go. If you go to change feature options, all the whatever maybe features are available in manufacturing, entire manufacturing and supply chain, you can see. Or maybe you can, let me go there. Change features opting. This is one way of going the features. Or else, let me go there. Or else, done. You can go here. One more option, one more way is there. You can go here, actions, go to offerings, go to offerings. So here you can choose your offering and click on what are the new features. Recently, Oracle, whatever new features added, you can see all the new features. 20B. In 20B, these are the features. Let's see whether this is 20B or these are the new features. You can see function area where they added what is the feature. Okay. If it's enabled or not enabled, here you can see when they introduced, here you can see. Okay. Let's see, here you can see change to always enable, change in 20D. That means this option is from 20D onwards, always it seems it's mandatory. Let's see, this is one way of going there. Or else, if you want opt-in feature, complete features, you can go there, opt-in features. Generally, when you will refer is whenever any new functionality got added, right? Again, see, same page only I can came here. Or else, so these are the ways to come here opt-in features, or else you can choose your whatever may be offering. Change feature opt-in. Change feature opt-in. Okay. So these are the inventory features, right? Select inventory. Here you can see all inventory features. It will control your functionality features. So here you can see here you can see always enable from 20D. By using this always enable, we can understand. Now, if I don't want, I can disable this one. I can disable but from 20D onwards, this is always enabled. Now we are in 20B. So that means depends on my requirement. If my organization is using this functionality or not, depends on my choice. I can enable or maybe disable. But from 20D onwards, you cannot disable. This is the always enabled from 20D. That is the meaning of this one. So this is the place and this is the one we can use. If you don't want, you can disable this one. Otherwise, leave it. But this is the opt-in feature. Okay, conduct. This is going to control whether you are going to use counting the cycle. You are going to do the performing cycle counting based on item category or not. If you don't want, you can disable this option. But again, by seeing that one, what we understand, if you are in 20B and 20C, you are having option to enable or maybe disable. But 20D onwards, whether you are irrespective of whether you are using or not, it will be available in cycle counting. If you don't want to use, don't select that checkbox. Always go with ABC based on always go with ABC analysis only. So this is about cycle counting by category wise. Here, let's see now next topic. One more, some new features we will see. Okay.